Well, still here with me is Nile Rodgers, and joining him is another musical legend, Sir Cliff Richard. Thank you very much for taking the time, Sir Cliff.
My pleasure.
You've flown over from Florida, right?
About what?
You've flown over from Florida to come here?
I did, I flew over.
You didn't bring the sun, I'm just saying you didn't bring the sun.
Some friends of mine got married,
right.
So I went to the wedding, and of course there was something else that I had to do.
You had to come here. Well, first of all...
Yes, I simply couldn't miss this.
Very, very nice blazer. Why have you flown all this way to do this? I mean, you could have watched it on the TV and you could have said, yes, thank you,
I could have done, yeah, but there's something about being asked to be near the royalty.
Yeah.
And in this case, I mean, I was disappointed I couldn't be on stage because I thought this year's production of the show was absolutely phenomenal. I was getting green with envy, thinking I'd just like to have one photograph taken against the palace looking like that.
It was quite something.
But it wasn't my turn, and the young guys have taken over. And quite rightly so. Do you realise that there's some of us that could only be termed the old brigade? And so now it's great to see new artists coming through.
Yeah.
They'll be singing for Charles, and they'll be singing for William.
And there were some fabulous young artists last night.
Absolutely. I thought it was the best looking show that they've ever done here. And of course, just again, I was green with envy because the shows that I've done here before, I think someone switched the lights on when we sang and someone switched it off when we finished. But the production was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was truly brilliant. I completely agree. So you are appearing in the pageant today. You're on one of these famous buses we keep hearing so much about.
I think they've got a red bus for each decade.
Yeah.
I should be on all of them. Yeah.
You should, that's true. You could have been
I'm in the 50s, which of course is when the Queen was crowned.
Yes.
She was crowned in 53.
53.
I was 17 in 58. So, and I made my first record when I was 17, but that's so the connection is there, and I quite like that.
When did you first meet Her Majesty?
I don't think that was till the early 60s, because 58, 59, I was kicking off my career. I had sung in a show called Oh Boy, Monty Wilde, myself, Billy Fury. We were the sort of pioneers, and we were invited to do a show for royalty, but it wasn't just me. It was the Oh Boy show. And that felt much more comfortable. Later, of course, I got invited to be in command performances and Royal Variety performances, and then it's nerve-wracking.
Yes.
You're on your own, you know.
Yeah. Is there an extra edge of nerves when you're performing for royalty?
Yes, I think there is. There's something about it. Even though when you meet the royals, they're actually ordinary people doing something extraordinary. So, but it still feels that you just long desperately not to make any mistakes.
Okay. Well, you obviously didn't, because you've been well rewarded for your efforts and your contributions to the entertainment industry. Was it an OBE first?
I did get the OBE, but it worried me because somebody said that stands for Old Big Head, or Oldest British Entertainer.
And then you went to the palace to collect your knighthood. When was that?
Yeah, some of the things that have happened to me are the things that you can't plan.
Yeah. It
was never on my radar. Not the OBE, or then definitely not the knighthood. It was just, I never thought about it. So it was a fantastic, fantastic honour being at the palace. And the Queen did the job.
Did she?
Yeah, it was really
nice.
That was a nerve-wracking thing as well, because when I got there, this guy said, "Okay, 2 of you are knights. Just come here," and they said, "See this stool? It's going to be there. Use it. You have to kneel."
Yes.
And hold a handle. He said, grown men have fallen over with nerves.
Yes.
So I did that. And the other thing they said to me was, say nothing until the Queen says something to you.
Okay.
So I listened to everything. I held the thing, got it. I was a bit worried that the Queen came like this with the sword. But it was just, I didn't fall off the stool. And then you lean forward and she puts the medal around your neck, and then you stand up. And she said, "Ew," she said, "it's been a long time coming." And I said, "Well, I promise you, I don't know what happened to me. It must have been the nerves."
Of course.
The band started to play Congratulations, and I couldn't talk. And afterwards I said to my sisters, the Queen is probably thinking, why didn't we knight someone who could speak English? With the royalty, all those moments are great, because it's really still, all these years later, it still feels like the grandest honour, doesn't it? Yeah. It's like, where else in the world can you get a chance to do something like this?
Red House, I mean, it literally will never happen again. How does it feel to be part of such a